Okay, so at this point, everyone's here. We just had the whole thing with Sayori being hungry, the cookie, Monica and her imaginary boyfriend, and... Right, I guess we're gonna see if I actually did this right. So, it looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Daniel! Daniel! Okay, yes, I did it right. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? Yeah, you know, for making stuff. What for? For making stuff. Okay, no. I'm just being dumb. Well, you know how the festival is coming up, right? Me and Monica were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Daniel to get supplies? Or to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him and seduce him while you're not around. Okay, well, you know that's probably what she's thinking though, right? If the original game was any sort of indicator. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Well, unless it's at night, then no, it's kind of creepy to me. I hated being alone in school at night. Even in college. Okay. You win this time, Sayori. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Daniel? Yep, let's go. Bye, Monica. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Well, hey, at least she's not like a 6-year-old on pixie sticks. Ever tried that? Okay, well, I think I made that joke in the original Let's Play too. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? It's like, yeah, you haven't even told us at this point. I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. You say that and it makes me worry more. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well... everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, I see. That sounds... kind of dull. Well, I guess tell that to the people who used to recite epic poems, like the Iliad, Homer's Odyssey. It's like, that's pretty much what they did for fun. They recited poems dramatically and for entertainment since, well, they didn't have books or anything. Daniel, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Yeah, case in point, like I said, epic poems back then. They literally performed them. Like, You say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that! Wow, Sayori, your voice is so manly when you read or recite poems. It's like, yeah, it's like I can't read it dramatically when I'm trying to give the voice I give her. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it isn't possible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You know, all dramatic and full of emotion. It's like, you sound kind of crazy. You might as well be like, I am Fate's accomplice! I am Odin Dark! Okay, no. I'm not Keishi Tang. Be awesome if I was, though. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant that it's pretty unordinary. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Aw, you think she's cute? Well, I think so too. Haha, don't say that, it's embarrassing. But you are. See, this is cute right now. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey Daniel, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Okay, no. It would suck. It's like we failed the mission before we even started it. It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. So here we are, in the classroom that looks a lot like my chemistry classroom. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. Yeah, they're the Crayola brand. None of that Rose Art stuff. They're kind of dirty, though. Like your mind. Okay, no. It's like, at least I hope MC doesn't have a dirty mind in this mod. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. And at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Oh. Smack. Kya! Sayori bends over and smacks her head right into the shelf. She falls to the floor, and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Daniel. Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to... I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. It's like, Sayori, no. This isn't fully coolly. Besides, we don't even have a bandage to cover the horn anyway. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Does it matter? You're gonna use it as an ice pack. It doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. Exactly. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong and the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Hey! Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot! Dummy. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Probably not as hard as when she fell from heaven. You know, second time I make this joke, first time you all are ever gonna hear it. Come on, I had to. If they're gonna give me the opportunity to make some stupid joke, more times than not, I'm going to take it. Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll be better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Daniel. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Yeah, and he kind of still is now. Like, I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it wasn't really your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? You must be a really bad friend if you don't remember that. Either that or you just have even more of a bad memory than I do. Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. You mean kind of like right now? So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Daniel, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. It's like, you are my princess, and I am your faithful knight. And I will always be there to save you, milady. Okay, yes. Yes, I am very stupid. But what else is new? You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. You're gonna make me feel weird and stuff. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Daniel, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll end up for college or after that. Yeah. It's like, I mean, a lot of my friends from high school, it's like, after college, everyone kind of just went off on their own thing, and I don't even talk to most of them anymore. Which is, at least to me, really sad, but I mean, that's kind of how life is sometimes. It's not good, but it just happens. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. I know, but it's like, it's Sayori. It's like, you don't want to hurt her. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's gonna see her forehead either way. I told you we should have gotten that bandage. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Yeah, it's like the sudden rush is gonna... well, it's gonna feel bad. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. I thought I was gonna have to send a search team out for you. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Huh? Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about... I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. So happy. Yeah. I'm with you, Monica. Well, anyway... were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Uh-huh. Sayori frantically glances around herself. You didn't. I forgot all the stuff. You did. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. But he did. I found the poster paper too. Haha. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Daniel. I like that in a man. I think it's really sexy. Anyway, well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Okie dokie. So in this one, I believe you actually give the poem to Sayori. Spoiler alert. So Sayori is going to be the last one I talk to. So I'm gonna go with Natsuki first. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. Well, you know what they say, C's get degrees. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey! What makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Hahaha. Good to see someone recognize my experience, because I'm a pro. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Just let her have this. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Huh? You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. And what's that supposed to mean, little lady? Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Yeah. Are you saying she's an electric type? Or a water type? Okay, no. Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so, fluffy, spend so much time with someone like you? But she's not fluffy. At least, where I come from, in my area, the word fluffy can refer to somebody who's kinda husky. Here, I guess, they mean it like, I don't know, soft, warm, fuzzy, kind of happy. Because, I mean, Sayori's kind of nice and slender, so she's not really a husky kind of gal, so... Anyways... It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Wow. It's like, you know, in another universe, you're head over heels in love with me. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Okay, and here we have Amy Likes Spiders. The moral of the story is, as long as someone isn't really hurting anybody, you shouldn't judge them for any of their weird hobbies. It's like, at some point, Amy likes spiders, but she's not hurting anybody. And I was like, it's gross, she's gross, the world is better off without spider lovers. Okay, I think... Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Yuri now. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Daniel. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Huh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. So, kind of complementary to Natsuki, this is also kind of a similar concept. It's not exactly about a raccoon, but rather a hint towards Yuri's blood play. So it's like the whole thing about slicing the bread for a guilty snack, in reference to her cutting herself as a bit of a guilty pleasure. The strange tendencies. It's like, and I actually, it didn't catch on to me back then. Have you seen it all? Okay, because I'm clicking off now. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. And say, okay, it's a lot more metaphorical. And actually, I think I just realized I may have skipped through some of Natsuki. Well, I obviously did skip Natsuki's dialogue, but I skipped some of the new stuff. Well, maybe I can splice in whatever she says the next time around, because I really don't want to have to start this over a third time. Okay, so anyway, it's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Yeah, it's like I actually had to really dissect the poem and kind of learn more about Yuri before I was like, oh hey, you know, it kind of reminds me of this. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Yeah, you see. So, in this case, her unusual hobbies are the fact that she collects knives and she indulges herself in cutting her arms with said knives. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? See, she did. About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest. Huh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. Yuri. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Yeah. It's like, take it from me. Never try to be anything you're not. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up miserable and, yeah, hating yourself. That's what middle school taught me. See, I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Like, I may not talk a whole lot, but I am a good listener, Yuri. Okay. So then, let's see. I guess that leaves me with Monika. Hi again, Daniel. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. Oh, you're such a card. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. It's pretty good. So happy. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. So we're Batman and Robin? Am I Batman? That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, because I'm nothing like Batman. It's like, I don't even have enough money to buy all the cool stuff, or live in a cave. Yeah, probably. Batman is more dreamier than you are. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... You make me feel weird inside, and every time you're around, my heart skips a beat, and... Okay, no. This is for Sayori, not Monika. I'm just teasing. You tease. Okay, well, in a sense, that does actually work for this situation. For once. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. Well, in another universe, I already have given them their share of time. Now I need to share my time with Sayori and you. Somehow. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm sorry, but the game won't let me. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's just that I get really nervous when I'm near pretty girls, and... well... I mean, in high school I definitely was. But, you know... But it's like, unfortunately, I can't do anything even if I wanted to. Yeah, because it's like, that's how Dan Salvato made this. Of course, if he did give Monica her own route, then DDLC would have just been another generic visual novel, and the whole twist in the middle of it wouldn't have caught fire or anything. No, it's nothing like that. I'm just getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. See, but anyway, now it's time to skip to the rest of the event.